everyone, I hope you're doing great. So I'm up here in the North Highlands of Scotland near Lerg. It's a beautiful area with lots of red and Sika deer, and I've got some woodland up here that I look after. It's mine, and I've got some high seats and a tower to go and check out. I know the tower's been blown over in a recent storm, so it's going to need a bit of work to try and get it back on its feet and repaired. But I've got out of season authority and I'm going to try and get myself a nice little red or a Sika spiker. So fingers crossed, we'll see how we get on. So stay with me folks, I'm sure we'll have some fun. Now there's certainly some very good and strong herds of red deer scattered throughout the Highlands of Scotland. But the red deer isn't the only native species of deer we've got. We've also got roe deer. Now there's fallow deer and also these Sika deer. Now Sika deer in the North Highlands are spreading, they're increasing in numbers, and they can cause real problems if you've got establishing forestry. Now it's great to have deer, don't get me wrong, but one of the big problems is this is a highly intelligent and difficult to control species. And because of that, they can cause you real problems if you've got woodland that you're trying to get established. Well then, so imagine it like this. One of the main reasons why we need to control deer is simply because of the damage they cause to the environments they live in. Now, in the little valley I'm in here, it's a nice little sort of river channel, runs down, it's beautiful, there's deer come into it, it's a really nice stalk. But one of the big problems was this entire bit of river frontage was planted in birch, and there should be a birch tree every 8 feet, right? But the vast majority of the birch have either been really badly browsed off here. You can see this is just a normal birch tree, it's not really got well established, but it's been really badly browsed. And if you look around me, the entire area has been demolished. You can see some of the birch look like little bonsai bushes, but there's a nice looking one just behind us. But like I said, there should be a birch tree every 8 feet. So we're looking here at about 95% complete loss and 100% damage. So in terms of the deer, they weren't shot well enough when this stuff was put in and when it was trying to establish. And that's the main reason why we get on top of these deer early. You cannot let this damage happen early in the tree's growth. But anyways, let's go see if we can find some. Hello. Well, there's a cheeky little stag. He's cast and regrown his antlers, but he's 300 metres the wrong way. But quite often they just wander down the riverside and end up walking through the fence in front of us just here. And that's when they're in trouble. Oh well. Lucky little fella so far. Hello. Now that is really, really unfair. Right beside the property. Oh, gutted. It's cracking to see though. Well, as the light's dropping, when you see that, no need for imagers, no need for bins. That's just nice. Doesn't really matter if you get anything. It's just being there and seeing the deer. Doesn't get any better. Oh man, I'm having some day. So here's 3 Sika deer. There's definitely at least one little spiker in that group of 3. It'd be easy enough to kill, but the light's really poor on the camera. If I shot the deer, it'd be a rubbish video, and to be fair, there's enough of them knocking about. Seen plenty of deer, so I'll get out another day. Maybe tomorrow afternoon, do some work on the box, and then get stuck back in, see if I can get a better video with a nice little deer. Oh well, something else today. Well, up here at the top of the river, this is about my favourite place to have a sit, have a wait for a deer, especially in the rut where the reds could come wandering through, the Sika Stags. And it's just a great view down the river. But unfortunately, the tower that's been made got blown over in the last big storm, and it's been just totally destroyed. So I don't know if I can fix it, but I'll certainly have a look. But that's this afternoon's work cut out for me anyways. So better crack on then. See how we do. See how we do. Alright, so I'm never going to host an episode of Build a Cabin in the Sun, but I am getting together with this box. So we've got the base back in, it does need tied into the ground, that's not a problem, we'll get that done. But the actual box shell that goes on top, it's a bit of a write-off. There's a couple of panels that are salvageable, the roof's alright, but it's going to take a bit of cobbling together. So it's not going to be a pro job, it's going to be okay, it's going to be a bit of a bodge job, but it'll work quite well. This box is probably my favourite place to sit anywhere in Scotland just waiting for deer. And if I'm being honest, I've never actually shot a deer from it. But you don't need to shoot deer from a box to have a good night. And this box is more about guests enjoying themselves and getting a good chance at Sika Stags in the rut. But anyways, we've got a bit of work to do. This is part and parcel of what we do out in the field, so better crack on. Well, we're getting there. We've scavenged up some material so we can get back to fixing up this box. So we've got ourselves some reclaimed posts off a bit of old deer fence. It was at the front of the property. It was all knackered and fell over in the last storm, and a good old-fashioned pallet, because now it beats a pallet when you're building stuff. But anyways, we'll see how we get on with this. Oh, between showers, it's pouring down, then the sunshine, and it's pouring down. Welcome to Scotland. What's it like? Right, cracking on. Those Sika saw me working on the box, decided to come out a little bit, and then start shouting at me. It's quite funny. It's not a big group, but there's a couple of vocal ones in there that just don't like me being here. They're just a bit curious though, because I'm not acting like a predator. I'm making a little bit of noise, and they're just curious. They're lucky they're not in season. They're the wrong side of the fence though. They know they're safe. Listen to the state of them. Cracking stuff. Well, the box is in, and this is the view we've got. And the deer love to walk in and out of that little gate there, just down at the river, and up and down the side of the river, out in the open ground, and mooch about in the big meadow. What a great place for Red and Sika. Oh, but took a while to get this box back together, but I love it. I love it to bits. Oh well, it started to pour down. Well, there's Scotland for you. Sunshine, snow, hail, rain, everything in one day, almost guaranteed. But anyways, we've got quite a bit of work done in the box, but I'm going to need to come back with quite a few bits. So I need some wood. I'll bring out some sort of fence paint and stuff to get it all sort of greened up. And then we can crack on from there, and then hopefully get a Sika next time. But we've done okay. We've made some progress and had a bit of a wander. Good stuff. Right, off home. And there we go, it's up and painted and ready to go. So whether I shoot something from it or a guest does this year, oh, it's in a cracking place, so I'm happy about that. Good stuff, better crack on and do something else. Well, there's plenty of them. So up here in the Highlands of Scotland, where the deer get battered, still loads of them. It's just great to see a big group of Sika like that. It's not the biggest group I've ever seen, but it's just a nice group. And the funny thing is that ground's been quite heavily disturbed by activity recently, but they're all happy. Or a group of Sika. There's going to be a lot of baby Sika come out of them lot. It's cracking stuff. Well, certainly a few hinds knocking about. It's good to see. But down the river there's another one. Right down the bottom, down there. And that might be a Sika Stag, so he's worth a look. Well, there's some Sika, and I've seen them before, and there's a chance there's a little stag in amongst them. So I just need to wait and see, keep an eye on them, and see what we can figure out. So there's a group of at least 5 in there, just mooching about in the trees. So I just need the one to come out. I know there's a little stag in there. Just need to get a look at him. So we'll keep an eye on things, see what happens. So fingers crossed. Just need an offer. That'll do it. Well, that was nice and exciting. So we've got ourselves a nice little Sika, and I went straight down to the shot, which is always good. So I can't complain. He's just the other side of my river, just here. So I've got a treacherous 2-inch of water river crossing to make, which isn't a disaster. And the great thing is, I've got lucky because the road's only about 150 metres just the other side of the water here. So let's go get our deer and see what he's like. Oh wow, so the midges are out, and that's not fun. But we've got ourselves our little Sika. The shot was certainly a little bit lower than I wanted it to be, just on the front of the shoulder and on the neck, but it wasn't going anywhere. It was definitely down in the shot, so I was happy with that. So we've got ourselves a Sika. Need to gralk it, get out of here. But like I said, the best bit is the road's just up there where those trees are, just on the other side. I couldn't have got luckier, couldn't have got luckier. So sometimes it all works out. I got a box fixed as well. Couldn't be better. All right, cheers folks. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope to see you soon.